Ahoy and welcome back once again to I Like Watches. If you're thinking of heading over to AliExpress during the 11th of the 11th sale, which starts very, very soon, well, stick around because I've got 4 incredible new watches to share with you. They're all from one of the best AliExpress brands, Baltany. If you're not familiar with Baltany watches, they produce high quality military and vintage inspired watches. They have a sister brand, Millifortic. I've shown you a couple of Millifortic watches recently. Well, in this video, it's 4 new Baltany watches. One of them, well, is an extension to their Pi Pan Homage series, and the other 3, well, they're all quite similar, so I'm going to do a sort of comparison. I'm going to start by showing you this S4101. This is the latest watch in their sort of Pi Pan series. This one, though, is much more affordable than the other watches. The previous watches that they've made in this series have housed the Miyota 9000 series movement, so they've been, well, less affordable than this one. This one houses the Seagull ST1701. It beats at 21,600 beats per hour. It's an automatic movement. You can hand wind it, but it doesn't hack. They've provided the same case options, so you've got the option of the IP coated gold case and the traditional, well, standard steel case, polished, beautifully finished, very similar looking dials. The applied indices are a little bit different. That seconds hand is blued, and there is some lume on this watch. I'll show you the 5-minute lume degradation test at the end of the video for all 4 watches. Quality strap, nice buckle, polished, signed, 50 meters of water resistance, screw down case back, pull push crown, sapphire crystal with AR coating, beautifully cut applied indices and hands. Great length to those hands as well, isn't there? There's a few versions available: white dial, black dial. This is a sort of salmon pink dial, fairly heavy brushing on the dials, a sort of sunburst brushing. Yeah, beautiful dial configuration, the hands, those applied indices. These are very cool watches, and I'm talking about all the watches in this Pi Pan series. It's the sort of watch that they do, yeah, really, really well. If you like one of these, or if you're thinking of picking up a Pi Pan Homage, I've put a link to their official store on AliExpress in my video description. It is an affiliate link, so if you head over there, pop the watches you want in your basket, check out during the sale. You guys will get the discounted prices, and hopefully I'll get a little bit of commission. Right, let's have a look at the other 3 watches, shall we? Now, at a glance, these 3 watches look almost identical, but there are quite a few differences between the 3, which is why I'm going to do a sort of comparison. There's also a lot of, well, identical specifications and elements on these watches, like the bracelets, for example, the clasps, those sorts of things. So I've done a little table, and yeah, that's going to highlight some of the less obvious differences. The more obvious differences are, well, really the sizes and the dials, the applied indices, that sort of thing. So 2 of these watches are slightly larger, 39mm. The other watch, the grey dialed watch, is 36mm in diameter. The watch with the 3, 6 and 9 is only available in this particular variant. The other 2 watches, there are other versions available, so again, it's worth heading over to their official store on AliExpress if you like the look of any of these watches. They all house Seiko NH movements, NH35s and NH38s. They've all got sapphire crystal with AR coating. The 2 larger watches have double domed sapphire crystal and 200 meters of water resistance. The smaller watch, 100 meters of water resistance and flat sapphire crystal with that cyclops. The 2 larger watches appear to be, well, identical apart from the dials and the applied indices, you know, the obvious differences that you can see when I show you both of those watches. The cases, the bracelets, the clasps, identical, and I really like this mix of silver and gold, with the gold centerlinks on the bracelet being brushed. And I did ask in my unboxing video, and that was featured on I Like Watches too. I often produce unboxing videos. Head over there if you're interested in watching those. I was asking, should the polished bezel be brushed. I don't know, I'd need to see it. I can't be sure without actually seeing it. But yeah, with those brushed centre links, which look so good, by the way, I don't know, just wondering if the rest of the gold accents should also be brushed. The smaller watch has, well, an identical case, bracelet and clasp, but they're just smaller. That's the only difference, really. The lume is different on all three watches. Again, I'll show you the lume degradation clip at the end of the video. All three dials, you know, stunning, beautifully done, really nice hands, really nice applied indices on these watches. The lume is quite different on these three watches. I think I prefer the 369 watch. I mean, I love a 369 on a dial. But I also really like the colour grey that they've used on this smaller watch. I think they've nailed it. I just really like this silvery grey colour. It's a sort of gunmetal grey. I'm not wild about the pattern on the most expensive watch. That is the most expensive watch out of the three. The smallest watch is the cheapest, and the 369 watch sits somewhere in between. Of course, the prices I'm showing you are the prices prior to the sale starting. Yeah, fingers crossed they'll be cheaper during the next big sale. Now, in terms of the finishing, well, it's impressive because they're Baltany watches, and Baltany produce high quality watches. There is a difference actually on these cases. The smallest watch has circular, more coarse brushing on top of the case. The other two watches, a lighter longitudinal brushing on top of the case. I think that's about it though. What a cracking brand. Honestly, Baltany, one of the best AliExpress brands you will find. Their build quality, their specifications, their value for money is seriously impressive. They don't produce a lot of the same watches that the other brands produce. They tend to go their own way. Yes, we can't credit them with the designs of a lot, if not all of their watches, but they are producing watches with a little bit of a twist, with their own sort of, well, signature on them. And, well, literally, some of them literally have their B on the dial. And yeah, they are executing their watches to a very, very high standard. Anybody that's owned a Baltany, I'm sure, will back up what I'm saying in the comments section. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. If you've got any questions now or during the next big AliExpress sale, oldmantimegary@gmail.com. I'll do my very best to get back to you. All right, guys, as always, thanks for watching.